In today's video, we are jumping into a mod that changes Minecraft boss fights forever, with 4 insane bosses to seek out in your world, each with their own movesets and fighting styles, and even having different boss phases and cutscenes for every fight. So let's just jump straight into it. So when it comes to mods in Minecraft, one of the most popular types of mods across all the different versions is bosses, as there are literally hundreds if not thousands of different boss mods that you can actually check out. And the mod in today's video is probably one of the most well-made and just overall insane boss mods that you can find. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm a little bit late to the party on this one. So this mod focusing all on bosses, there are actually 4 that this mod adds in to check out. And yeah, if you were expecting anything along the same lines as like the Wither or the Ender Dragon, yeah, this is just going to absolutely blow you away. So starting off with, we are going to be checking out the Sandworm right here. And if you've ever seen Dune or a fan of that franchise, you're really going to like this one. So as you can imagine, for this one, we are going to have to travel all the way to a desert biome, which eventually when you are looking around, you will come across this little mini structure right here, which as you can tell, we do have a lot of bones just all scattered around the place, along with a message that pops up saying you feel a dangerous presence nearby. And so that message will actually pop up whenever you're in like a certain block radius of this structure. We've even got like parts of the sand just like going up everywhere. Oh, it's so creepy. But as we do approach, you will be greeted with this mod's very own cutscene right here. Check this out. And yeah, so this thing right here is going to be one of the bosses that you're going to have to fight. And I will say as well that each of these bosses actually have their own like music or like soundtrack to go with them, but you know, I'll probably have to mute that in the edit. So along with the other structures in this mod, this one and the Yeti one are probably the most sort of like hidden to actually come across. But we'll get into that in a minute. First, let me show you what this thing can do. So let me go ahead and get suited up here. And one really cool feature they actually decided to add into this mod when you are fighting these things is that if we press Z, we actually get our very own combat roll built into this mod. So there's no need to like add a different one. It's literally built right into the same mod. And as you can see, when we do use it, there is actually a little bit of a cooldown on that, so you can't just spam it constantly. And you even get a first person view of that as well, which is really, really cool. So let me go ahead and go into survival mode right here and actually show you what this thing does. Oh my God. So each one of these bosses actually have different attacks right here. You see the Sandworm, as expected, can go in and out of the sand right there. There's one of the strikes right there that actually leaves you with poison. And yeah, this thing just does not mess around, dude. Like, goddamn. So there we go. It's going to disappear and then it's going to shoot up right below us just like that. That attack is so cool. Like, it's very, very hard to fight this thing, but you can see with a basic netherite sword, the damage isn't actually too bad. Like, you can get away with just rocking this with classic vanilla gear, but in combination of using like the dodge roll and everything like that, this does make for a very, very cool fight. Like, just comparing this to like a vanilla boss or anything like that, like this is just so much more insane. And when fighting these bosses, you can actually get used to their movesets a little bit. There you go right there. There is a come out of the ground. And honestly, thinking about it now, you could probably pair this with like a combat mod, like Better Combat or something like that if you really wanted to, but that poison is rough. Okay. Yeah, definitely avoid that poison at all costs. Like, look how menacing this thing looks, just like staring at me from all the way over there. At least you can catch a break if you do run away a little bit though. But let's go finish this thing. 1 more hit. It's literally just 2 more hits. Here we go. There we go. Look at that death anime. Whoa! Look at that. I thought that was going to flatten me for a second. We are gifted with the achievement, The Beast Below, and we do actually get the boss's drop right here, which is the Sandworm Dart. Which in hovering over this, you can see that on left click, it shoots a poisonous dart, and on right click, it consumes health to recharge. Or if you are poisoned, it'll consume the poison instead. And this thing looks really, really cool. It's like a miniature version of the boss that you just fought. And as you can see, every time you left click, you are going to induce them with the same poison that was absolutely destroying us moments ago. But if we head into survival mode again and actually left click, you'll see that this weapon does actually have durability on it, meaning that the more that we actually use this, the more it's going to go down, pretty much just like any other Minecraft tool or weapon. But if we go ahead and right click like it said, it's basically going to use your health to actually repair itself. So yeah, you've basically got the mending enchantment on this straight away, but instead of the XP, it's just going to use, you know, your own flesh and blood to repair itself. So after beating and collecting the Sandworm Dart right there, it's time to move on to what actually first drew me to this mod, and that is the dragon. Oh, very dramatic. And this rain definitely suits the next boss that we're going against, the dragon, because the structure and everything is just, it's just insane. Like, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So welcome to the dragon's tower right here. And I'm pretty sure I got one of the best spawns for this thing, because usually it sort of cuts off right around here. But because I think it's spawned next to a mountain, we've just got this absolutely enormous structure right here. So when you do finally climb up to about halfway up the tower right here, there will actually be these giant sort of openings that you can just hop right in on. And I mean, just look at this right here. Like, this is just ridiculous to me. Like, this looks so sick. And in the structure, you will find a lot of the mod's decoration blocks. So we've got like the hanging chains right there. We've got the dragon banners that look so sick. If I was playing this in survival, I'd definitely steal a bunch of these. And this whole structure is going to act like a bit of a dungeon. So you do have the mob spawners right here, as well as some random skeletons of something that is definitely not human. And as you do start to climb the tower, you will bump into this mod's other creatures right here. And these guys are known as the Flaming Dragon Guards, which are equipped with these giant like hooked swords right here. We've got like the flaming arm. And yeah, these guys by themselves already look really, really cool. We also get another variety of those skeletons. These ones are called the skeleton shooters, which as you can see right here, they do come equipped with a giant sort of like lava bazooka right there. And going back to the whole dungeon thing, there are going to be creatures all around this place just constantly trying to fight you. So the higher up you go, the more enemies you are going to face, until eventually you are presented with the final staircase right here. And like this whole thing, like I was saying earlier, like it really is like a whole journey when it comes to this boss. Like it really sets the vibe of what you're going to be doing. And yep, the higher up that you get, there is just going to be absolutely tons more of these bone piles right here, which is really, really creepy thinking about it. Like look how many there are right there. But eventually you will see the sky, and this is where the boss actually comes into play. And once again, we are greeted with one of the coolest cutscenes I've ever seen in Minecraft. Like, look at this. And there it is right there, the dragon boss. Like, don't get me wrong, I know we're here for the dragon and the boss fight, but just like, look at the fire right there. And with this boss being a giant fire dragon, probably best to use some fire res beforehand. All right, let's do this. I've tried to keep away from actually seeing like what the boss actually fights with and all their attacks and stuff like that, so... Oh, yeah, okay. So just like before, we get a mixture of the fire attacks as well as it actually using like its tail and its teeth right there. Oh, and that knockback. Yeah, you definitely have to be careful of that knockback. And yeah, I'd definitely be a little bit wary of that knockback considering how high we are right here. And yeah, those wings aren't just for show, because as soon as you actually get near it, yep, that's why. That's exactly why you want to be avoiding that knockback attack. Okay. The wings actually constantly push you back. Like, we can't actually get too close to this thing. Even as somebody who struggles against boss fights and stuff like this, like, these are really, really fun to play. Nearly got him down to half. Nearly got him down to half. This guy definitely feels a hell of a lot stronger compared to the sandworm earlier, for sure. Oh, this boss does actually have a second phase right there. So this is the Inferno Dragon. As you can see, just when you thought it couldn't get any cooler, I mean, now we have to fight a giant bone dragon. Look at that. Let's keep it going here. Let's keep it going. Oh my God, he's destroying all the blocks. Oh my God. When he's in the Inferno form, he actually destroys the tower. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that is ridiculous. If you fall all the way down to the bottom there, you're probably going to die. But eventually, you are going to kill it just like that. There you go. And yeah, taking a look at the armor right here, you can see just how much damage this thing actually does. Like, this is full, like, basic netherite, but, like, goddamn. And unlike the sandworm, this boss actually drops a bunch of bones and even a dragon skull, which you can even wear as a helmet if you wanted to. And taking a look at it in comparison to, like, a netherite helmet, it's not actually too far off of it. So, yeah, definitely worth keeping this thing on for the next couple boss fights, I will say. But when it actually comes to the bones themselves, you can actually fully create a whole dragon armor set right there. And as you can see, it is fully animated with, like, the pulsing of, like, the flames right there. And yeah, as expected, it is very, very tanky armor, which will give different buffs. So like the chest plate gives you 1 burn instability as well as +5 movement speed. The same with the legs and the same with the boots as well. Yeah, definitely a worthwhile prize if you are planning on hunting all these dragons down. But if anything, I'm a little bit sad that it destroyed the roof of this thing, because I would definitely turn this into a base. But let's move on to the third boss, which is the Yeti right here, which is very, very similar to the first one that we checked out, the sandworm, where it's sort of just random in your world when you come across it. But of course, being a Yeti, you are going to find them all the way in the snow or icy parts of your world. And just like before, you feel a dangerous presence nearby, which is this little ice column right here. You can tell because it's just got bones all around it. And as soon as we approach this thing, just like before, this absolute monster of a Yeti right here is going to pop out and tell you what's up. And in terms of actually fighting the Yeti, instead of poison this time, you are going to have to deal with being frozen all the time, as every punch is going to leave you with some ice damage right there. And yeah, the knockback of this guy is no joke. Okay, it turns out all we need to do is just hide in a little cave down here. Oh, no, he can still get us. Okay. Until he does just punch you in the face like that. The attacks where he hits you with the slowness is probably like one of the hardest to actually go against, because like if you're low on health and you're trying to get out of there, like it's pretty damn tough. God, like yeah, the damage output on this guy is a lot. Oh, he's jumping up. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh my God, he throws snowballs as oh my God. Oh my God, what? This guy is insane. This guy is actually insane. So yeah, we're just going to stay in creative mode for this one and take him out like this so I can show you what he drops. There we go. And there's the death animation as well. I love all the death animations in this. It's so cool. And this guy will actually drop the frozen fist right here, which on a classic hit will actually freeze the target, which we definitely experienced ourselves. And this giant Yeti arm right here can actually be used as a shield as well. Like, I thought it was going to be easy compared to the dragon, but yeah, it turns out I was pretty wrong about that. But regardless, let me show you guys the fourth and final boss. And unlike the first three bosses, this boss right here actually requires you to go to the Underworld, which, as you can imagine, just by being here, this guy is not going to be friendly at all. And you might be a little confused on why I called it the Underworld there, and that is because this structure right here is where the final boss is. I mean, just look at this. Like originally I thought the Dragon Tower was the best structure here, but yeah, in comparing it to this, I think this one takes the cake. And just like the Dragon Tower, this is going to act like a little mini warm-up or dungeon before you actually fight the main guy, which is where you can run into these dudes right here, the Wither Knights, which look really, really sick. And as expected, they are going to give you the Wither effect right there. Basically a crazy upgrade to the Wither skeletons. And just the little details of these braziers right here, even using the trapdoors as the window panels. And so all of these corridors will eventually lead you into this arena right here. We just have to climb over the giant pile of bones, hop on in the middle. And yeah, this guy right here, I would probably say is the big bad of all the bosses. This definitely feels like a final boss. And yeah, if I go ahead in survival mode here, I'm definitely not going to be able to dodge this guy's attacks because they are just insane. This guy's moveset is just ridiculous. Look at this. Yeah, I don't think we're quite ready to fight this boss yet. Yeah, we've definitely lost what we had at the beginning, I will say. But going back to this guy in creative, just so we don't get one-tapped, it does seem that every time you actually hit this guy, it does say that the knight will be knocked out in 3 turns. And every time you hit him after that, it'll be twice. And then eventually it'll be 1. And then after this one, he will actually take damage right there. As you can see, he does a little animation where he flops forward. And this is where you can actually do damage. And then he's back to basically being completely unstoppable again. Meaning that every time you actually want to do damage to this guy, you do have to hit him a good couple of times until he does that animation, and that's where you actually do damage. So, and sometimes he'll even block the hits right there, as you can hear. But as you're probably a much better player than me, eventually you'll get back into Hell Achievement and Unbound. But as you saw right there, the knight will actually drop his sword, which does an insane 14 attack damage right there, plus 5 entity reach. Or if we go ahead and hit right click, we can actually throw out this little mini projectile, like a sword slash, and that itself will actually have a little bit of a cooldown. But as you can see, that by itself is going to be just powerful enough to take care of most things. Yeah, definitely worth fighting the boss just so you can actually get this sword. That right there is the mod where it stands right now. I'm hoping in the future they add a couple more bosses because that would just be so sick. With the quality they have at the minute is just ridiculous. So if you enjoyed this video or enjoyed watching me somewhat try and fight some of these creatures, definitely check out this mod and give it a go yourself because it is really, really fun to go against these bosses. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.